Hey everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with a special episode, our yearly episode of just basically a recap, a New Year's Eve resolution type of recap with your host, Paraka the Goblin, and
Ghost, your co-host.
And yeah, today we're just gonna kind of reflect back on stuff, and it's been a year, man. Like it's been a whole nother year for us doing this podcast together.
Yeah.
In this deep, dank mausoleum. And oddly enough, we're doing pretty good with the sound thing too. We got a lot of weird noises going on and stuff. You know, a lot of creepoids kind of wrestling about, saying stuff about their pronouns. I guess I don't know, but yeah, it's been a crazy year, man. Has there been anything that you want to kind of like say about that?
I would say like the games that we've completed. I guess.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying like any opinion on just how much we've done so far with this.
It's been a pretty decent year actually. Like a lot of tough stuff, but I guess it's been hard, but going through that hardship has actually made life a lot better now. So.
Yeah. And I think this was probably our first year that we started to take more seriousness in the editing, which you do most of the editing and stuff. So we've been kind of improving our video quality, which is good. I think it looks better. Fundamentally, I think it looks better. We got more memes in it. Going to be more entertaining with it. Let's be real here, right? We're not going to be serious and melodramatic like, Spawnwave and Young Yeah. We got enough of those people. Let's be real. We're here to have fun. We're here to have fun and get hyped for video games, right? Right. Cool. I don't know. I think we did a lot this year. I think we actually, the fact that we finally managed to get Casket Talk and Your Turns kind of pinned down a little bit better, and slowing. I think the most recent thing is slowing down our Your Turns, so we're not harping on the same topic weekly. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that was kind of draining us. I feel like it was just more of just the same crap every time.
Yeah.
So slowing down.
Sometimes we would go weeks without like nothing really happening. It's just kind of like, oh, here's some more update on the Microsoft merge. Oh, here's another update on the Microsoft merge. And it's
and it's just so when we talked about like slimming them down, which was great. I honestly think it was better because we can actually like pull from 2 weeks, sometimes 3, worth of content, and I think that was a great recent change. And a lot more people will actually start seeing that change into the new year. Like it's almost going to be like night and day from 2023 to January 2024.
Yeah,
they're gonna see the difference, right? So, but I think it's easier on us because now we get to talk like just Casket Talk stuff, which is gonna just be like the evergreen stuff that we generally talk about even off the line.
Yeah,
and like, even though, current situations with video games is hilarious to talk about sometimes, a lot of it is like talking about a lot of our interests and stuff like that, and how some games have fallen to the wayside and others just seem to have like filled in the void and stuff too. So I think we did pretty good with that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of changes happened this last year, getting the mausoleum kind of settled in and being able to get a little bit more room to kind of like at least reach out and like support some of our fellow streamers and stuff too, like on Twitch and on YouTube streams and stuff. Hi, Kevin. And going from there, like we've been doing what we can, and sometimes I've just had to silently lurk in a lot of them too. Okay. Like I just like kind of leave it on the computer and I have to work with the other projects and stuff because I still want to at least support it,
Yeah.
So there's that. What about you? Was there anything else that you think we achieved with the podcast itself, at least?
I mean, I'm not really sure, but
it's the same stuff I already talked about, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that we could manage our schedule a little bit better too. So
yeah, when we started this, we were not well timed. Let's be real here. Like honestly, we are literally like, it's funny because we see a lot of people who took 4, 5, 6 years to even be successful at in any level. Like Critical was like 10 years before he became huge.
Yeah.
And he was like a spicy talker, and then once he got in the spotlight. He's like, I should probably be tame now. I'm like, dude, this sucks. Like,
Yeah. Well, one thing is that like spicy content is what makes spicy content is what makes you trend. You can't just play it safe. So
and then once they're safe, they're like once they're like at that level that they're making money off of it, they play it safe because like you
they
do
don't
cracks
lose that
on everything.
Yeah. So,
but luckily for us, we don't have to do with that yet.
yeah.
And even when we do become popular, I'm probably gonna push for like people working with us on Patreon. We have various other areas like Rumble and stuff like that to support us on. And honestly, I don't want to make this out into a advertisement of other projects that we are working on. But I am working on a completely different business as well that involves making sauces for foods. I'm not gonna get into it here, but that thing has actually been taking off pretty well. It's doing pretty smoothly, and when it gets successful, it will also be essentially a self-funding system that helps essentially sponsor this channel.
Okay.
So, for a lot of you don't know, that's exactly what's going on. Don't expect too much from it until it's ready. That's probably the last time I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, I think for us, just we literally did all the things wrong that we see everyone else do as we continued to grow. Like, honestly, we were recording with a very noisy refrigerator. Just stop right there. I'm so hip now, dude. But a refrigerator that would just chime in periodically in the middle of our stuff, and we'd have so much like background noise that we couldn't just get rid of anymore. So it was bad, but at the same time we learned. I honestly think 2023 was one that we like learned a bit quicker with some stuff. Like we would see them like, that doesn't work out that well. It's all right. And we were able to at least take some of our hits too. Like, okay, you know what? That was a bad recording.
Yeah.
We'll roll out the next one. Like we had like our first 3 episodes is still like an hour long. So that's kind of a crazy this is crazy situation. But we are growing though.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, and we're not exploding yet, but at the same time we are just being, just your usual podcast guys. We just happen to be a goblin and a ghost, and we don't really hype on too much on that. We just talk games. But
we won't need to chase any trends or anything like that.
No, we're not. We are horrible at trends as it is. Like, do you not know how many times I've like even making those Smash Brothers boards, dude? Every time I've had them scheduled, like something happens weeks beforehand. Man, I could change that up, but I already fucked up that algorithm. Like every time, dude. Every time. Like the only thing I'm good at is the Friday meme war. Like that's the only thing I'm good at, being like on time and like on theme. You know what I mean? So there is that. So we are excited. I am excited about that. But yeah. Is there any games you played this year that was actually pretty good when we've been talking about stuff?
Starfield.
Okay.
To be fair, I traded that for gotcha games, so
the bar wasn't that high to begin with. Okay.
So yeah, there's that, and I still miss Destiny Child, but I don't know. I just can't get into Nikke because it's like they're trying to force you to love it, like love me, right? But I'm like, no, you're not Destiny Child. You're what Destiny Child was supposed to be, or I don't know, but yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
But I don't know. I mean, I've kicked the gotcha habit. I kind of picked one up, but I'm like, ugh. You see that barrier where they're like, hey, you should put money into this.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I did I did Raid Shadow Legends and stuff, and it's for a review that I've never been able to record and stuff and kind of break down and stuff, but I did that, and I did pay no money. I wanted to know where it is, and dude, that wall hits you real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like it just like you're like, oh, looks like I'm just gonna stay in this stasis forever. Like it is like it creeps on you pretty quickly. And
well, if you really know how to play within like 2 days, you hit the wall, and you're like, well, you've already invested 2 days, and look at all this free stuff you got. Might as well put money into it.
I think the most notorious one is the one where it gets you for like all those like rampant 7-day log in for your first week and get all this stuff. There was a gacha game. I tried it out because I thought the theme was cool. Was kind of like anime figures. Okay, let's give it a go. It's not all that special.
Yeah.
It really isn't. Like honestly, like I think somebody broke it down. One of the like their effects are like recycled from another game they used to have, which was like a space game.
Oh, okay.
That did the same layout and everything. I'm like, cringe. But honestly, I haven't really played many gachas. I like I said, unless the game gets me involved on mobile, I don't really touch it.
But yeah, but Starfield is fun, right?
But there's no hot big booby waifus.
You could mod that in. Right? But Sarah's got a mean ass, so fuck it. But I mean, it's like the core gameplay of it still kind of like is what I like. You know, it's just like the atmosphere and going from planet to planet and stuff like that. I remember Todd Howard was on Lex Friedman, and they were talking about like what it was supposed to be to what it is now. It's very like gutted. And Bethesda's planning on adding more updates too, so it'll be good. I think the damage is already kind of done.
Yeah, it makes you think that whether or not Microsoft thought that gutting it was intentional, so they could sell more of it longer.
Yeah,
as they progress to Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever. Dude, there's so many people that are like huge Bethesda fans that just apparently Starfield just killed it for them. Like, there's so many people who are so upset.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I'm not even excited for Elder Scrolls.
Well,
like, they're just so done.
It kind of makes me wonder if it was like, was Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 really that good? Or was it just kind of like, this is something new that we've never experienced before. That's why we hold it up to such a high standard. I do notice
the rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But I do notice that there is a different, like after Skyrim, it was after the release of Skyrim, like I've noticed how different it plays. I don't know how else to explain it, but just that like magic isn't really there anymore after Fallout 4 and forward. So
you're talking to somebody who used to play Morrowind, basically. Morrowind was like my stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, Oblivion was kind of a slap in the face for me because it was just like a boring medieval game. It didn't feel like an Elder Scrolls game. It just felt like a trog through like just medieval swamp man.
Yeah,
like
okay.
It didn't feel good, but I wasn't a huge Bethesda fan, so I never really paid attention to Fallout. I didn't really care too much. Like the last time I remembered Fallout was that it was an isometric point and click type of game.
Yeah.
Like it was that's how long ago I remember Fallout, right? So for me it was just I didn't care, so I didn't pay attention to it, but once like Skyrim came around, I'm like, oh, there's an era of something that happens in Skyrim that like when I look at it, I'm like, that's gonna eat up like hours and 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 hours of time.
Yeah.
You know? But after that, like by that point I knew who Bethesda was, but a lot of their work outside Doom Eternal has not been exciting. Like I look at it, I'm like, it just feels like you're just churning content now. You know what I mean? If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Like it's just like, oh, here's the thing that exists because you wanted it to exist. Now it exists. It doesn't feel like it's making it fun. And I've been hearing like whispers that like Todd Howard's kind of like the last person kind of holding on to the old ways, as it were, within the company, even before Microsoft bought them, right? Like Todd Howard's the last guy. Like he is like the Gandalf was like, run, you fools, basically, before Bethesda collapses upon him, you know?
Yeah. Shit.
So that would make sense why Todd Howard feels so like gutted about the whole Starfield system and situation and stuff too, because he didn't talk like this, and he didn't talk about the other games as much as he is doing now. It feels like damage control, you know.
Well, this was before he talked about Starfield before it released.
I know. I'm saying, like, looking back now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm looking back now. It feels like that's the situation. Like, he knew what was already going to happen, and it sucks. It sucks to be him right now, because, like, you got to think that was his intention, to be a magnum opus, and if the game finally reaches its full potential with the updates, which shouldn't even be a thing,
Yeah.
you know, he can finally retire, and I guarantee you he's going to leave Bethesda when it finally reaches that maximum potential.
Okay.
And he's just going to leave.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like that's exactly what he's waiting for. He's not leaving because he wants to make sure Starfield is his magnum opus, making sure it happens, because he doesn't want to have that as the stain that he leaves on.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's the situation what's going on, which sucks, because Starfield was, like, pumped and hyped for so many years, dude. Like, even, like, I'm not even a space guy, and I can't say I'm hyped for it, but it was just like one of these, like, it teased it a couple of times, like, I guess, dude. What was it? It wasn't Outer Rim. It was another game, like something from Strange
World?
Planet or something like that.
The Outer Worlds?
No, it wasn't Outer Worlds. It was something Strange Planet or something like that. That game has more character than any of the Bethesda stuff combined. And it's not even that huge of a game. It was just a goofy little, like, you know. And then on top of that, what is it? It's 160 gigabytes space now, Starfield, with the extra update that just had.
Well,
like,
we're still aiming like a big 60 gigabyte one, but yeah.
Oh, dude, that's just as bad, man. Like, our games are now outpacing the space we can afford.
I mean, they could just bring them out finished. Kind of crazy, I know. But
I know. Weird concept, right? Same thing when the PS1 introduced load time. So new power on systems could just mean faster load times. And we're just like, yeah, that's awesome. Dude, we had no load times, like, before the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
You know, like, what the hell, guys? Like, this is so stupid. But, yeah.
Anyways, what about your
about me? we all decided to just harp on Starfield. I was like, I did my work today and just gotta fly off into the sunset. Honestly, I wouldn't I played less console games a lot because I've been doing a lot of the background work for the podcast and stuff. But I did get back in a little bit of WoW, just casual play, casual PvP, which is fun as hell, dude. Retail PvP battlegrounds, it's just chaos, and I love it. It's fun. I love the fun, you know. The only thing that hurts is when premates come in and just curb stomp you. It's no fun. Thanks, Clan Battlehammer. But outside that, honestly, I've been playing, like, since I don't have to pay too much attention to a lot of these games, I've been playing more RPGs. And we've talked before how RPGs kind of fell off on the pinnacle that I used to raise it on and stuff when I was a young kid. But now, like, I just play them because they are easier to play. Like, I can put them to the side, get some little things done, and kind of pick it up and play a little bit more and stuff too. I decided to give a lot of the Kemco RPGs a try. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. Technically, that doesn't feel like I'm trying to, like, either simp for them or trash them because everyone else thinks it's hip to do that. But they're not necessarily bad, but they're not great either. Like, they're the bar minimum to expect from a Super Nintendo RPG. Like, there's a reason why Chrono Trigger and Illusion of Gaia and Final Fantasies and Dragon Quest all were very well received in the Super Nintendo era, because they were the RPGs that rose above this bar.
Okay.
And Kemco RPGs, even though they're modern, feel like they hit that bar. So they're just straightforward, direct, nothing really fancy, nothing really too crazy. They play very safely. The story is not all that deep. There's a couple of stories that were like, this is actually kind of interesting concept, but they never really go deeper with it.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, they get to that point where, like, is man-made. Like one of the games, I think it's called Alphadia Genesis. Yeah, Alphadia Genesis. The first one is about basically clones, were like the man-made clones to fight wars, and then after the wars were over, the clones were essentially decommissioned, and they removed all their energy and magic and stuff out of them, so they're just normal people. And there's two different perspectives of whether or not clones are considered people or and deserve rights, or they're still just weapons.
Blade Runner. No.
It's basically it. Like it's a simpler version of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But like there was like story beats that were like, oh, this is interesting, right?
Yeah.
And it eventually becomes a situation where you sit there and think about like once the story beats happen, they're like, and that's it. You could have gone so much deeper with it.
Yeah. Damn.
So I've done
Metal. Also, Metal Gear really covers that too, though. So if you guys really like that kind of deeper philosophy,
there's a lot of games that have a lot more deeper philosophy. But I think that Kemco RPGs like kind of hit those concepts. And, okay, like it gets you enough to make you think about it, but it doesn't give you enough to a point where it does feel like it's one of those games that you're like, oh, you need to really play them. Like they're only like $3-4.
Okay.
You know, they're not anything wasteful. But outside that, they're a type of game that I've been playing for a bit. So, but yeah, all that has been a huge busy thing for us for this last year, and probably kind of going into the next year, which kind of brings up the next part of the segment. You know, our future goals for the channel and just in gaming in general and stuff like that. Like, what would you like to do? Like, what do you want to be our plans for our channel and stuff?
I mean, we could post more videos. I would also do branch out to other content too would be really interesting. So,
but you know, and I agree with that, and we are kind of planning on that. Hopefully, by the point this video comes out, we should actually have another video that comes out monthly that isn't tied to anything else. So we might, at the beginning of the month, you will see 2 videos a week. It's going to be a start. It's a small thing to see where we go with that, and it's kind of going more for the entertainment, because a lot of the times we've been doing this. We've been doing a little bit more dry. Here's our opinions, beep boop, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I want us to be more entertaining.
Yeah.
So you know, the video might come out a little awkward at first because it is scripted, and it's been a while since I've done some script reading. So it will start with me, but it will probably eventually grow into Ghost and of course, and I hope he's willing to take it on too, a script reading with Rusty Bones.
Okay.
So, and that's another thing I would like to talk about too. Like, Rusty's just the timing's just been off for him. And, you know, we're going to work some timing out and kind of bring them on, probably doing some streams later this new year.
Okay.
So, you know, it'll be chill streams, and it'll probably just be a couple hours, and we'll just chat some nerd stuff. So that'll probably be something that you might not be ready to help with, though. But one of those days, we'll probably have all 3 of us.
Okay.
It's just scheduling is such a pain in the butt sometimes.
It is.
Like, it's wild how hard it is with just even 3 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is something that's like, I can understand why a lot of people try to go solo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I do think this was more for entertainment for all of us. Not just all of us to kind of get out of our graves and do something exciting and stuff, but more like it just gives us a kind of a purpose to kind of at least talk about it and entertain people without many politics out there, because there is way too many people trying to get things to be diversified and woked out and all that. Like, it's just, we're just here to entertain, man. We're going to entertain our games, and honestly, if the gaming industry collapses, we're just going to talk about old games then. Whatever, we don't care. But I honestly think, you know, the indies are probably going to save this, you know, so. But we are working on some new types of content. There's a couple other ones that we're going to try to do that are also scripted. So you won't hear me say like every other sentence. So there's that. But Casket Talk and Your Turn will still be pretty much unscripted. We're gonna just talk about what has happened and stuff, and go from there. And there's all that. And honestly, to kind of wrap that up, I would just like to thank a lot of you guys. I know we're not very big, but a lot of you guys who are supporting us, I'm really grateful for it. You guys have made this entertaining. Like Kevin Street and Philip Schneider and quite a few others that have been, commenting and kind of giving us support and kind of talking with us even on other people's streams and stuff. Thank you for that. Like, honestly, and I understand, like, sometimes we bust each other in the balls sometimes, but it's all in good fun. All in good fun.
The banter is fun.
The banter's always good. We should do more banter here.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to thank you guys all. It literally does mean a lot to us. And it's a big if, this channel grows to become much bigger than us, we still plan on making it just more about entertaining and about the games and stuff. Like, honestly, in a way, you could say that one of my goals would become a mini G4, which would actually be 10 times better than the new G4.
Because we actually like you guys.
Because we actually like you guys. We actually like you guys, and we like games, and we just like, honestly, I love the dank memes, bro. Like, yeah. I love, like, I've circled around the Warhammer 40K. That's a weird thing to say. But the tourists, as they were calling them, and the people who are joining the hobby, and the railing against each other. Gatekeeping's good, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Because some of these, like, tourists that they say, they're bad. They're just stupid, and their arguments fail all the time.
Yeah.
But we're here to entertain, guys. We're gonna entertain you guys. We're gonna talk games. We're just gonna enjoy games. We're not just gonna like play spooky games and you see me get reacted. We're gonna talk spicy content and stuff. We're gonna do that, And sometimes if it's way too spicy for YouTube, because YouTube's on its death knell and they don't like bad words, we'll probably stream on Rumble. We'll probably stream on Trovo. We'll probably stream on various other places and have our spicy content, and we'll do that sometimes. And I think that's one of the things, if we're gonna get bold and talk about certain topics, we'll make it a Rumble exclusive. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because that's just gonna be how it's gonna be. And honestly, like, I think trying to dance around our words because we like, quote unquote, like YouTube too much, I don't care. Some of our content is going to end up being exclusive to, like, Rumble or something. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to find other means to make sure our opinions are heard in the way we want them heard. Simple as that, you know? So, but thank you guys, honestly. One more time, just, thank you guys. And if you continue want to help us grow, just share our content and, like what you see, hit the bell for notifications. I really don't know what that really does.
Comment.
Always comment. Dude,
we need the banter. The banter's always fun.
I can't
We
meme
want your opinions.
if everyone's just sitting there quietly hitting the like button. I can't meme on you guys. I can't do it. It's just, it sucks. It's sad. It's tragic. But thank you guys, and I hope you guys stick around for this next year. 2024 is going to be weird. We got an economy collapsing. We got multiple world wars. Who knows? we might have an election. We might not. Who knows? All of that's weird. But this channel is not going to cover any of that. It's going to cover games, and I hope you guys are along for the ride. So, again, thank you guys very much, and as always,
we will see you on the other side.
Hey everyone, this is Paraka.
And Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.